So it was the day 16th of August 2014 at 7:15 a.m. and I was ready to enter into the choppy waters of Baltic Sea. It was the event which was, you can see, it is Ironman Sweden, and it was a day I was like laughing from the core of my heart because the day I had fulfilled my dream which I have seen just 1 year back and which I thought would be impossible to achieve. For all those who do not know about Ironman, it's a single day, one of the biggest endurance event where you have to swim 3.8 kilometer, then you cycle for 180 kilometer, and then you have to run a full marathon which is 42.2 kilometer. All these things back to back within 16 hours. So if I take you back, my story started from this day. Yeah, so it is like 31st December 2011. I was there in Manali, a small hill town in foothills of Himalayas, and this is a cozy room where I was sitting with my mountaineer friends, sipping whiskey and thinking of what I want to do in life. And there that dream originated for me. I thought that this is the thing I want to do. I want to get into adventure sports. I want to become a man that can survive any kind of harsh environment and any kind of situation. With that dream, I came back to Delhi and I started thinking of like how to fulfill this dream, basically this crazy dream of leaving the rat race and get into like to start following my dream. So today, let me ask you first that how many of you have that crazy dream in your mind which you want to achieve? You can raise your hands. Right, so I'm going to tell you just 3 simple steps how you can achieve those dreams, those crazy dreams, and how can you make them a reality. So the first step, which is the simplest one, is to convince yourself. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is convince yourself. And by convincing yourself, I mean how to take that leap of faith. For me, I think of the worst case possible. Like what can happen which is worse if I get failed, right? And if I am ready to accept that thing, if I am ready to accept that if I feel like this is the kind of life I am going to live, and if I am happy with that, if I am okay with that, then it is done. You are thorough with your first step. You are ready to go for your second step. Second step, which every one of you must be thinking of, is right, how to convince your family, parents and family, right? So most of the people get through the first step, which is like convincing yourself. You are okay with that, okay. Second step, which is like convincing your family, seems to be a difficult one. In my case, let me tell you that I just throw this bomb basically within my family at a discussion which was happening during the dinner time, and we were discussing about our future prospect, like at least about my life, that what is I'm going to do and how's job prospects look like for me. When I told everyone that I want to get out of this rat race and I want to pursue my passion, right? And the reaction of my family was something like this. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? You just started your job just half a year back and you are talking of quitting. And for every one of you, let me tell you that I am from a Banya family where people just have one dream and they can think of only one dream, how to make money, how to make more money, right? So they cannot think of any other dream. So when I talk to them about my dream of traveling India and pursuing passion of adventure sports, no chance of getting it understand. But the thing is, what I believe is that family is your biggest strength for each one and every one of us. Right? We think that they are not going to understand it and all those negative ideas we have, but in reality, they are our best friend. They are the biggest strength for us. The only thing we need to do is, as we have convinced ourselves, right, with the same conviction, with the same self-conviction, we have to go to them and we have to explain our dreams. We have to try that. Right? And once they understand your determination and your purpose of life and your kind of thought process, right, they will support you, basically. They will get back with you. So after convincing my family, this was my 1 year journey. I did all these kind of sports. I went around in India and did mountaineering, paragliding, skiing, whatever I want to do. And after that 1 year, I was thinking, now what next? And I believe that destiny gives you, like once you are taking that leap of faith, destiny shows you the path forward. Okay. So when I was thinking what next, I get to know about this race called Ironman. Okay. Now the next thing is, like when I thought of Ironman, again the same journey started, that same cycle started, that I had to first of all convince myself that I want to do it. Then second step was I have to convince my family that they are going to support me. And the third major step, which is the biggest part of this talk, is how to manage your financials. Because after convincing your family, then comes the next question, which is the biggest question in everyone's mind, is how to manage your financials, how to raise funds, how to support yourself monetarily, right? So that was the third question in my mind as well. And I'm going to answer this in some time. Before that, I would like to tell you that after like Ironman, so like I trained for Ironman starting from scratch, where I didn't know how to swim. I was not a good cyclist or a runner, but I learned all these things in 1 year. Did Ironman, and after that, this was my next dream. After Ironman, I wanted to climb Mount Everest to the summit. And the reason of like wish to climb Mount Everest is because I fear height. I literally fear height. And I want to overcome that fear. So basically my idea is, if you want to overcome that fear, you have to come face to face with it. And that's why I wanted to climb Mount Everest. And to climb Mount Everest, again, the same journey has to go again, that same cycle. You have to convince yourself first that you have to do it and why you have to do it. Then the second step, you have to convince your family, which this time included my wife as well. I got married also before going to Mount Everest. So that was again a big challenge for me, that I have to convince her, my parents, that I am going to do it. And the same method applies here, that you have to show them your determination, your self-conviction, and that you are going to do it, and the worst case is like which you can accept in your life. So after this, then I again come back to the third step, which is how to raise funds. Again, if you want to climb Mount Everest, it is almost like you have to raise some 30 lakh INR, which is almost 50k USD, right? So now I am going to tell you the 5 simple steps to raise funds. Okay. Just 5 simple steps which you can apply for any of your personal project, for whichever project you think you want to do it, any crazy dream you want to achieve. You can use these 5 simple steps and you can go through that fundraising program. So here is the secret sauce. You have to first of all bring a unique angle to your project. Whatever dream you are following, whatever project you are following, you have to find a unique angle to it. So for me, in my case, when I was doing the Ironman, it was like I was going to be the first Indian who is going to participate in Ironman Sweden race. Plus, I was thinking of making a documentary out of it, so that most of the people will get to know, at least in India, that how to train for an Ironman starting from scratch. Okay, so that was a unique angle, and for that, people can be your support. So most of the people, like common people, they do not believe that there are people in this world who are going to support your dream, and that is kind of a, you can say, unconditionally they are going to support your dream, and you have to believe in that, because I am the live example for that. People believed in me, and for that there is a second step, which is like you have to bring masses to your project. And how do you do it? Is by launching a crowdfunding campaign. So this was my crowdfunding campaign, which I launched on Wishberry around Ironman project. I was looking to raise 2.5 lakh, and there were 93 backers for me, out of which 60% of the people were unknown to me. I do not know them. They were like the third or fourth contact for me. But they invested in this project because there was something unique and there was something to look forward to for them, right? So you have to bring that unique angle which will bring masses. So you have to, after getting that unique angle, you have to launch a crowdfunding campaign. And crowdfunding campaign, mind it is not just to get money, it is to connect people basically, so that a lot of people are connected to your project. They are getting in sync with your dream basically, right? So that is the second step. Now comes the third step, which is bring media. So once you are thorough with the masses, then comes the media. So media will follow you basically. So you have that masses, which is a unique power with you and your dream, that media will follow. And media wants two things basically. They want some kind of a sensational news, plus they want something where people are connecting, right? So that two things are there in your project. So with this, your media will be sorted. And once you have got the media, like in my case, TOI, and there were other writers. One is like Harsh Nanshu, who has covered me, and that spread the word. So basically, it is a mutual thing. Like once the media is coming, of course, more masses are getting to know about your project and dream, and they are going to support you. So it's a like hand in hand thing. After the media, fourth thing is bring an NGO into your project. Think of something, some cause which you relate to, which you feel like, which you have a soft corner for. Right? Once you have that cause with you, right? Find the NGO whom you want to support and who can support you in this project. So this is a very unique thing which most of the people do not understand about, that why to bring NGO. There are various reasons. One is like to get that cause, to connect that society with you, and to bring that social factor into the dream. Plus, which is the major thing, which is the fifth step, like to bring corporates. All the four steps are very much needed. And the corporates are that holy grail which will give you the biggest amount of money and going to sort your finances. Okay. So to bring corporates, you have brought the unique angle in the project. You have got the masses who are connected to your project, right? You have sorted the media. Media is going to cover you, and you have the social factor in your project. Now the corporate is going to support you, because corporate needs branding. They want to connect with people. They want to do some social cause, and it is always easier for corporates to support an NGO rather than an individual. So keep that thing in mind. And in my case, my NGO was Ideally Alumni Association, who supported me for this cause of going for Ironman plus climbing Mount Everest. And after this, when I went to corporates, so these were the corporate players for me, so who supported my project. And a story around it which I want to share, which goes to the thumb rule. It is not over till it's over. Hope you guys understand this term and this statement. which is very powerful statement and which worked wonder for me. So in case like when I was raising funds for Mount Everest, I had gone till almost 20 lakh rupees, and it was 2 days before the commencement of the expedition that I was not losing that hope of raising funds, because I had the target of meeting 30 lakh INR. So just before 2 days, it was a long weekend, and I got a contact from somewhere, and I WhatsApp a CEO of the company called Oxygen Wallet, who became the title sponsor for me later on. I just WhatsApp him, sir, I'm a student, I'm a graduate of IIT and I am going to climb Mount Everest. I want to become an ambassador for your company, and this is a cause I'm looking forward to a financial support. And it was like within seconds that I got a reply that what is your name, gentleman? And I was so happy because I haven't thought that this message is going to get a reply. But that reply I got, and we like converse on the WhatsApp for a few messages. And after that, I got a call from the marketing head of the company. She was little excited, little frustrated, little like kind of mixed up feelings among her, in that lady. And she asked me, Ki, who are you? And like you are just going for the expedition 2 days after this, and you are looking for the title sponsor, right? So I thought I am giving my best. I'm not giving up. Simply, it is my dream. I want to give that chance to myself, right? And I'm trying it. Simple. So it's up to you that you want to support me or not. And she was like, our CEO has given us a command, so I have to fulfill, and you come to us on that day. So the day I was flying basically to Nepal before the expedition, the same day I went to the corporate, I signed the contract, and I got the check in my hand. So from there, I became such an optimist that you do not need to give up on the dream. So for the whole procedure which I have told you, the 3 simple steps, like you have to convince yourself, your family, raise funds, and among raising fund, you have 5 steps, right? The only thing you have to take care is that you do not need to give up at any moment till it is over. Okay, you have to fight till last moment. Success lies around the corner. Remember that. Okay, so in this process, I am going to tell you that your project is not a personal project. It's a society, it's a social project you have made out of it. Because for masses, you are giving them a personal satisfaction with this. For media, you are giving them a sensational stuff, which is going to be a good coverage. For NGO, you are supporting their cause, right? For corporates, you are giving them a branding. And for you, bliss of achieving your crazy dream. So this was the pic when I was finishing the Ironman that day. And you can see the smile and that feel of the moment where I was like, that the whole essence of life has come into that movement. And I was like, that whole 1 year project, 1 year dream which I have seen was getting fulfilled at the finish line of the Ironman. And I hope so for every one of you. It's the same. Thank you.